Thank you to EA for sponsoring this video. Holy crap! Oh, it is so hot. Like, my face is starting to burn. Alright, someone bring me a head. You can hone your lightsaber skills by playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and other great Star Wars titles on Origin Access Premier. Ah yes, the lightsaber. This is Cal Kestis' lightsaber from Jedi Fallen Order. The lightsaber is the holy grail of sci-fi tech. The iconic symbol from pop culture recognized around the world. The first time you saw one, you wanted one. You used broomsticks, twigs from the backyard, anything you could get your hands on to reenact those lightsaber battles with your friends. Dreaming of the day scientists would crack the code and you could wield your very own. Don't tell your 7-year-old self this, but there is one little problem. Lightsabers are scientifically impossible to create in real life. The main roadblock is the power source. These things would take an astronomical amount of energy to operate. Some estimate upwards of 1.69 gigajoules of thermal energy.
How am I going to generate that kind of power? It can't be done.
Just to put that into perspective, we're talking about slightly more energy than a bolt of lightning. A constant bolt of lightning, all packed into the handle of the lightsaber.
What did you say? A bolt of lightning.
Not to worry though, if lightning is on short supply, just substitute 120,380 AA batteries, 650 car batteries, one nuclear reactor, or 0.000000475% of Earth's total power. I think that's currently on sale at Walmart. So yeah, not happening anytime soon. But before your 7-year-old self cries himself to sleep, there is hope. Let's take a look at the history of this weapon of choice for the Jedi. The predecessor of the lightsaber in its current form was a lesser-known weapon commonly called a Protosaber. Essentially, the only difference from a lightsaber was that the Protosaber was tethered by cable to a power supply pack worn by the user. And it is this, ladies and gentlemen, this portable battery pack that gives us at Hacksmith Industries a new hope. See what I did there? For the past year, Hacksmith Industries has been working tirelessly to make a portable battery pack capable of powering a lightsaber. Let's take a look at the build. Alright, we're going to need a lot of batteries. Then, we need to build a box around the batteries that is wearable, just like a Protosaber power pack. We want to go with the steampunk vibe, so we're going to be doing a full metal construction with some analog meters and aesthetic switches. Oh, and in case you didn't know, the majority of our CAD models are available to our patrons on Patreon and our YouTube members, including our design for the next lightsaber, Kylo Ren's. In case you can't build your own lightsaber like us, hone your lightsaber skills by playing as Cal Kestis in Jedi Fallen Order by joining Origin Access Premier today, which lets you play new EA titles days before launch. And with a huge library of games, you can play as much as you want, including Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Battlefront 2, which features new content from the new movie Rise of Skywalker, and more. Plus, there's over 200 games in Origin Access Basic, and even more in Origin Access Premier, making it one of the cheapest ways to game on PC. Click on the link below to learn more. Plus, you'll be supporting our channel, which will allow us to continue experimenting with our lightsabers and other futuristic technology from fiction.
It's fun right up until anything you're wearing ignites. Now that we've plasma cut, welded together, and ground down the big old battery box, it's time to actually put the cells in it. These are the Energis lithium-ion cells that we've previously used to power the lightsaber. We've also found uses for them in the big leaf blower. Each one of these battery packs consists of 16 18650 lithium-ion cells. They're all in parallel, giving us a total of 40 amp hours at a maximum voltage of 4.2 volts each. We're putting 2 of them in parallel, so we should be able to pull 1600 amps for a sustained period. Let's see how much it weighs. So it's going to be a very heavy backpack. Probably not the heaviest thing James has worn on his back for a video. And this is also probably the most frightening battery pack we've ever assembled in terms of ability to output a crap ton of current. So we have this little piece of ill-fated aluminum here. We have the table tied off to ground through a pair of jumpers and a current clamp. So if we strike this against the welding table, we should be able to make it get a little smaller. That's a little shorter than it was when we started. And this thing is reading 549 amps of inrush current.
I think this is the first time we tested out a battery pack for the lightsaber and it didn't burst into flames.
Don't worry, the time will come.
The time has come.
Okay, so we're seeing if the new lightsaber MOSFET switch works, and it won't catch fire in the process. And Dave, where's the fire extinguisher? And I'm certain it will turn on. The question is whether it will turn off. Well, let's see what happens. Disappointment. What a wonderful smell. I know the MOSFET failed, and I'm going to need to review the tape to see how much current we pulled for how long, and then look at the data sheet for about half an hour while pulling my hair out. And with that, we should be able to figure out what exactly just happened. Because right now I have no idea. So, with our hopes for controlling the lightsaber with transistors having gone up in smoke along with the transistors themselves, the electrical design has to go out the window, and we are back to the drawing board. It's just not that easy.
So why is this so hard? We just need a way of turning on and off the lightsaber. The problem is, it draws about 1,000 amps at around 20 volts, which is over 20 kilowatts of power. That's almost half the typical power supply to an average North American home. Which means, you can't just use a regular switch for this. Now, Charles tried using a MOSFET, which is kind of like a digital switch with no moving parts. But, as you saw, that didn't work out, and wasn't the first time either. So instead, we're going to go old school and use a tried and true contactor, which is basically like a giant electromagnetic switch. To better understand what we're doing, we drew up a circuit diagram for our page on maker.io and sourced our components from DigiKey, which features next day delivery for the majority of their parts, which is super useful for prototyping our projects. Big thank you to DigiKey for supporting our projects over the past few years.
Do you need my tiny hands?
Honestly, yes. At long last, I have all of the power electronics assembled, and now comes the moment of truth. We should be able to press the big silver shiny button, and we should get some confirmation that we have power and a nice blue glowing light.
And what happens if there's no blue glowing light?
Then I cry.
I don't see a light.
Then I cry.
Hello, darkness, my old...
I truly have no idea what this is doing.
It's only 95%.
Just, oh yeah.
Current is going back into the battery pack. It is no longer in a fault state. Charging. There we go.
How's it going, Charles?
That's great.
It's looking pretty heavy. 41.5 pounds. But the real question is it comfortable to carry? Hey, that's not actually too bad. I mean, it's like almost 50 pounds. Just jam that in the hole. Ha! World's first Protosaber.
We still need to paint it.
So we've got a solution in here of copper acetate. And we use electricity. We've got little copper pot scrubbers here that are connected to the positive side of our power supply. And then we connect our negative to the piece that we want to plate, submerge it, and let the electricity transfer the copper from the solution to our piece. We've been working at it all day. I've probably done this piece 20 times. Patience is the key when doing this. That's when they invented alcohol.
So Dave.
95%, huh? Excuse me for a minute.
let's start building this thing. So this is the connector that goes from here to the giant relay that we need to install. We're going to leave that out for now because if that touches that and that at the same time, cut to explosion. Okay, we got 6 cells. They all have a voltage. It's in a fault state. That's okay. I don't remember how to reset it. But we're good. And we're going to keep connecting wires until we either run out of wires or something catches fire. If we had the lightsaber working, we could demonstrate that it works. But we don't, so I'm just going to use a surrogate lightsaber switch, and you should be able to hear the relay fire. So, without the power switch on, nothing happens. Power switch on. Power switch on. Helps if you actually turn it on. It's probably best that no one ever sees the inside of this thing. Alright, so we have our Protosaber battery pack ready to rock. We've got a big power button. We have our M meter. We have our voltmeter. We have our power setting lights. We have a giant power connector coming off the side. We have our contactor, our current shunt. We have 12 battery packs from Energous, giving us a total of 24 volts and 80 amp hours.
Alright, so our Protosaber power pack is complete, but since the last lightsaber video, we unfortunately damaged the blade, which means we're going to upgrade the whole thing, including a thicker piece of tungsten and a larger titanium pipe. Let's make it.
Alright, now that the blade's assembled, we gotta get it into the handle.
Woo!
There we go. Uncompleted lightsaber blade. Not very light. No.
And now it's time to test our new and improved lightsaber. Let's just turn it on, flip these switches, adjust the power dial slightly, safety first, see what happens. Woo! That's a lot of smoke! It's on fire, but it's also lighting up. There we go. Just give it a bit longer and she's going to be glowing. Holy crap! This is, oh, it is so hot. Like my face is starting to burn. All right, someone bring me a head. Damn. It's a little warm. This is so dangerous. Like if it accidentally hit my face, We'll be in trouble. This is way better than last blade. Actually feels solid. Alright, that was awesome. Make sure you're subscribed and turn the notification bell on because we're going to be building a second Protosaber so we can have a real-life lightsaber duel. But in the meantime, if you guys haven't seen our previous lightsaber videos, I highly recommend you check them out. It's shown our entire progress on getting to this point here today, and you don't want to miss it.
Oh, it's getting... Oh my god, it works. Guys, it actually works.
So not only will our saber actually work and cut through things, it'll sound like one too.
Oh, oh, you can feel the heat.
Oh, I can feel the heat.
Whoa! I am dripping molten lead right now. And let's power up. And there you have it, the world's most inefficient vaporizer. Die, Stormtrooper! In fact, it's so hot, it ignites things just by touching. Oh. Woo! So it's drawing a ton of power right now. It's getting super red hot, but look, it's also smoking like crazy.
280, you can feel the heat.
Yeah, this is warm.
That's perfect though.
Yeah, even the tip is red hot.